Hello, PACE 111S class. My name is Steve Young. I'll be serving as your course guide, facilitator, instructor for PACE 111S for the current session that runs October 15th through December 9th. Wanted to do this quick welcome video to introduce you to the course and make sure that we're starting off strong. So, a little bit about me. I am an advisor and instructor in the psychology department at the University of Maryland College Park. I've been teaching PACE 111 now since 2020. I live here in Maryland in College Park. I'm a pre diabetic, I'm a green commuter, and most importantly, I am a first generation college student. So I like to share that with the class because many years ago, I was in your shoes. I had a lot of mixed feelings in terms of starting college, and I didn't know what to expect and so forth. So I think you're going to find from me that I am able to identify with and empathize with some of the emotions again that you might be experiencing as you get started back up with college. Some of the things that we're going to help you learn how to do in this course I have listed here. So we're going to ask you to really assess your values, motivations, and goals and how these relate to your learning. For our unit number 1, we're going to have you do something called the DAX assessment, which is assessing your academic skills, your strengths, and maybe some opportunities for growth. We're going to have you get more familiar with the requirements rather for your major or program of study. You will conduct an informational interview with a professional in an industry of interest. And speaking of industries, we're going to have you research some career trends and also learn about some of the really important student support services that UMGC offers its students. And probably one of the most important aspects of this course is you're going to have an opportunity to engage with your success coach or military education coordinator in terms of what assistance and help and support they can provide you throughout your UMGC journey. So you probably know what a syllabus is, but in case you don't, a syllabus is I kind of view it as a contract between your instructor and you, the student. So it's going to outline all of the things that you see here. You know, what participation is required in the course, what learning events or assignments am I going to be asked to complete, how will my learning be assessed and graded, and it focuses a lot on the policies related to the course and academic policies of of UMGC. So if you have not reviewed the syllabus yet, please be sure to give that a thorough read. We have a number of ways we're going to communicate with you throughout this course. The big one is through our discussions. So we will have multiple discussions throughout the session that will give you the opportunity to interface or interact with your peers and classmates. And I post a lot of announcements in PACE 111, so you can expect that you're going to see maybe 4 to 5 announcements per week, I would say, on average. So make sure that you are reading and reviewing the announcements. And finally, email. So there'll be an occasion where I might be sending an email to the class just to kind of remind everybody about an upcoming opportunity or assignment. And one of the emails you're probably going to get from me is about our instructor connection meeting. So, an instructor connection meeting is really an opportunity for me to get to know you a little bit better, to kind of speak to any concerns you're having in the course, any questions you might have about the course content, and to kind of give you a preview of how we're going to wrap up the class. So these are going to take place during our units 5, 6, and 7. I have the dates listed here, and I use Calendly to schedule your 15-minute instructor connection meeting. These are really great check-in opportunities for me to check in with you, you to check in with me. We want to not leave any assignments out there. We want to make sure that you're progressing well with the course, and it is a really quick and easy way to earn points. So, as I mentioned earlier, I have been teaching this course for quite a while, and I am always humbled and inspired by the lived experience that students bring to UMGC as well as this course. I've listed a number of them here. Hopefully, you can identify with some of these. Usually, in this course, we have a number of veterans, we have a number of moms and dads who have to manage a household. So you have a lot of roles that you perform in your life that you can really tap into to get some energy, to get some momentum, to remember your why, remember why you're doing this. And some of the tips that I would recommend for this course is to, well, actually for any course, I guess that you take, but for PACE 111S, you want to make sure that you are reading and reviewing carefully the assignment guidelines and expectations. For most of the units, we're going to have a template provided for you to use to complete your assignment. You want to make sure you're citing sources and proofreading your work for any spelling or grammatical mistakes. And you want to really try to make an effort to break assignments down into smaller, more manageable tasks. I found that really helpful as a first generation student to just kind of, take things one step at a time, if you will, to not get overwhelmed. And you want to practice healthy self-management. So that means prioritizing all that you have to do in your life with regards to maybe the military, your family, your full-time job, your work responsibilities, and how your new role as a UMG student kind of fits into all that, if you will. So you want to be checking in on the course multiple times per week. As the instructor, I check in probably 4 or 5 times a week. There might be 1 or 2 days a week when I don't check in at all, but definitely want to be checking in, I would say, at least 3 times a week. You want to have those check-ins be quality and meaningful engagement. So maybe you set a schedule where every Friday is going to be your posting, your initial post. You're going to do your initial post for a discussion. Maybe then Sunday is where you post your replies to 2 of your classmates. Or maybe on a Thursday is when you read over the unit and you look at what the resources are for that unit, what the assignments are, the learning events, and so forth. So just read content carefully. Make sure you are reviewing things, and try not to stop out. And stopping out, what we mean by that is just kind of giving up. So, usually things go pretty well in unit number 1. Most of the class is participating. And then as we go along, we might lose a student or 2 because they're having maybe a challenging time kind of fitting this new student role into their life. So you want to really try to take it in, say, small baby steps, if you will. So where do we go from here? So for our unit number 1, you can go ahead and post your unit number 1 introduction and fixed mindset example, and then you're going to complete the DAX assessment. That's the academic skills assessment by Tuesday, October 21st. So I hope you have a great session. It's going to be a wonderful journey working with you throughout the course. And I believe I have posted here my contact information there, my email address, and my phone. The phone's really for emergencies. So if you have emergency out there, very urgent matter, you can get in touch with me that way. But mostly, you can email me. I'm pretty good at responding through email. So welcome again to the course and UMGC, and I look forward to all of our future communications. Take care.